How's it going, everybody? C-RadTV back here in another video. Of course, another week of NFL football now upon us, which means it's now time for the NFL Week 7 picks. So, of course, last week with the picks, I went 10-5 with the picks last week. So, my record this year is 55, 36, and 1. And, of course, this week we have two teams on the bye this week. And those two teams being the Baltimore Ravens and the Buffalo Bills. So yeah, we got a slate of games. So we got 15 games on the slate. So let's see how this week fares for NFL football. Let's go. So, of course, the first game we have the Thursday night game. Pittsburgh Steelers, Cincinnati Bengals playing in Cincinnati. You know, Bengals got Joe Flacco in. Hopefully Flacco gets a little more on the playbook. But, you know, even with that, even despite if Flacco is better than what they've had with Jake Browning, he's not Joe Burrow. Like, the Bengals offense is built for Burrow and Burrow alone. And even though the Steelers are notorious for playing down to inferior opponents, I don't think it's going to be this week. I have the Steelers winning this game. I got Pittsburgh winning on the road in this one. Give me the Steelers on the road against the Bengals. I mean, the only way Cincinnati has a chance is if Pittsburgh plays down to them and Cincinnati takes advantage of the Pittsburgh playing down and making the game more competitive than it should be. Now, next game, the Sunday. Now we get to the Sunday slate of games. Our first game, LA Rams, Jacksonville Jaguars playing in London. The last London game of the season. And oh yeah, this London game has two teams with two winning records. Wait a minute, teams with winning records playing in London? We can't have that. That goes against the narrative about always sending the shitty teams over to London. Damn, they actually sent two teams with winning records over to London for once. That's some crazy shit. And of course, we still got two international games left this season, but they won't be till like around the second half of the year. Because we still got the game in Germany this week, later in a couple weeks. And also in a couple weeks, we got the game up in Madrid, Spain as well. But in terms of Rams-Jaguars, yeah, I got the Rams. It's a no contest. I got the Rams beating the Jags in London. And, of course, the Jacksonville Jaguars in London. That's tradition for Jacksonville. They always play a game in London every goddamn year. So, yeah, I got the Rams in London in that one. Now we go back to America. Our first game. New Orleans Saints. Chicago Bears playing in Chicago. Also, before we continue on, for everyone complaining about the international games in Europe and stuff with the London games, the Dublin game, and, of course, the game of Brazil, you can complain about the international games all you want. They're still going to do more. They're going to still do them. In fact, we're going to have even more international games in the future because, you know, we got the game in Melbourne, Australia next year. And we also got Mexico coming back in the fold. And there's been rumors about NFL potentially throwing a game in the Middle East in like Abu Dhabi or Saudi Arabia. Let's be honest, NFL is most likely throwing a game in Saudi Arabia because Saudi Arabian blood money reigns supreme. But anyway, now that I got that little tangent out of the way for everyone complaining about it, just so they understand Business 101. Like the international games is just part of the NFL's never-ending quest for money. You can complain about it all you want. People are still going to watch it at the end of the day because we're all addicted to the NFL. Anyway, back on topic though. Saints, Bears in Chicago. Yeah, I got the Bears in this one. Saints are a complete mess. Although I want to go to Saints, but I know Chicago's winning that game. Give me the Bears at home in that one. Just Chicago has seemed to turn things around now ever since they got fucking bitch slapped by Detroit back in week 2. Crazy. And now for our next game, we head to the Factory of Sadness for the Tank Bowl. So this week's Tank Bowl will see the Miami Dolphins and the Cleveland Browns do battle in Cleveland in the Factory of Sadness. How fitting. The Factory of Sadness has been home to a plenty of Tank Bowls. Of course, Miami's been completely useless this year, even with a healthy Tua. And the Browns, well, they're the Browns. And they're still paying for the sins of letting Baker Mayfield go. But I'll be honest, though, I think Cleveland's defense is going to force Miami to turn the ball over a lot. I mean, if they get enough pressure to Tua will turn the ball over. So I'm actually going to go upset here. I'm going to take the Browns at home over the Dolphins in this one. Give me Cleveland at home in this Tank Bowl over Miami. Like, I'll be honest, in terms of Miami-Cleveland, it doesn't really matter who wins this game. Because both coaches, Stefanski and Mike McDaniels, both of them are most likely going to be fired by the end of the season with the way things are going. But yeah, give me Cleveland at home in this one. And who knows, maybe the Dolphins losing to the Browns might be enough for the Dolphins to finally fire Mike McDaniels. Time will tell there. Next up, New England Patriots, Tennessee Titans playing in Tennessee. Of course, the Titans actually made headlines Monday by being the first team to fire their head coach, Brian Callahan, after a season and a half. So yeah, we have our first head coach firing of the season. Honestly, I thought it was going to be the Dolphins with Mike McDaniels, but that one will have to wait for a while. And no, we're not at that point yet with Aaron Glenn and the Jets. Honestly, I hope the Jets don't fire Glenn. Just the Jets need to be a little patient with Glenn. But yeah, that just shows the Titans are a complete mess right now, and it shows that they made a massive mistake firing Mike Vrabel. And oh yeah, I should mention, this is Mike Vrabel's first game against Tennessee since being fired last year. Since being fired a couple years ago, so it's the Mike Vrabel revenge game. And oh, this is going to be ugly, especially with how much the Patriots have been rolling and got momentum. Yeah, I got the Patriots on the road in Nashville in this one. Give me the Patriots on the road in this one over Tennessee. Next game, Las Vegas Raiders, Kansas City Chiefs playing in Kansas City. Yeah, I got the Chiefs in that one. The Raiders are a complete mess, and the Chiefs are going to take that win against the Lions from Sunday night, and they're going to take that momentum and roll with it. They'll beat the Raiders in this one. Give me Kansas City at home over the Raiders. Next game, Philadelphia Eagles, Minnesota Vikings playing in Minnesota. I got the Eagles winning this one on the road. The Eagles have been kind of going downhill. They've lost back-to-back games, even getting embarrassed by the Giants on national television. But I think the Eagles bounce back on the road against Minnesota and get the win there. So give me the Eagles on the road over the Vikings in that one. Give me Philadelphia in that one. Next game, Carolina Panthers, New York Jets playing in MetLife. No, this is not a tank bowl because the Panthers are actually at 500, so they're not a losing team. So no losing record equals no tank bowl. But Panthers and Jets, well, the Jets have still been a complete mess. The Jets also probably going to be a little bit jet lagged since they didn't take the bye after the game, after playing in London last week. So I'm going to take the Panthers at home on the road in this one. Give me Carolina on the road against the Jets in this one. Give me the Panthers, and I think the Jets' quest for a win this year will be in another week. Next game, New York Giants, Denver Broncos playing in Denver at Mile High. The Giants have had some pretty good momentum so far the last couple weeks with the whole Jackson Dart Cam Scatterboo Mania thing. But I think the Broncos are winning this week. And I think the Giants fans get a little punch in the mouth back to reality. I think this game's going to be a reality check for the Giants. But give me the Broncos at home in this one. Next game, Indianapolis Colts, Los Angeles Chargers playing in Los Angeles at SoFi. I'm going to go with the Chargers in this one. The Colts, honestly, I don't think the Colts are anything special. They haven't really played anybody. Like, the only team they played was the Rams, and the Rams punched them in the mouth. I'm going to take the Chargers in this one. The Chargers need a win. The Chargers got a win last week against the Dolphins. I think the Chargers get another one here. Give me the Chargers at home over the Colts in this one. Next game, Washington Commanders, Dallas Cowboys playing in Dallas. I got the Commanders in this one. Give me Washington. Washington bounces back after losing to the Bears on Monday night. Give me Washington on the road over Dallas in this one. Give me the Commanders in that one. Next game, Green Bay Packers, Arizona Cardinals playing in Arizona. Yeah, I got the Packers on the road in this one. It'd be funny as hell if the Cardinals and the midget Kyler Murray won against the Packers, but that ain't happening. I got Green Bay on the road in this one. Give me the Packers in that one. And now to our Sunday night game. Atlanta Falcons, San Francisco 49ers playing in San Francisco. You know, the Falcons coming off a big win last week against the Bills on Monday Night Football. The Niners are looking to bounce back after getting punched in the mouth by Tampa Bay last week. It's gonna be something's got to give game. But I think this week is going. I think we're starting to see the injuries to the 49ers are starting to catch up to them. I'm gonna say the Falcons take advantage of it and they get a big win on the road. Give me the Falcons on the road in Sunday Night Football over the 49ers. Give me Atlanta on the road in that one. And now we get to another Monday night doubleheader. Yes, we have another week of 2 Monday night games. Are you all sick of a Monday night doubleheader? Well, too bad. NFL's most likely going to do more Monday night doubleheaders because the Monday night games have been some of their most watched games of the season in terms of TV ratings. And we know a lot of sports decision making, especially in the NFL, comes off TV money and TV ratings. So we're most likely going to see more weeks of 2 Monday night games. Hell, I wouldn't even be surprised if we get to 3 at some point. But anyway, to our first game in the Monday night doubleheader. We have Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Detroit Lions playing in Detroit at Ford Field. For the Lions, this is most likely the single most important non-division game the Lions will play this regular season. Tampa Bay, they're coming off that big win against the 49ers last week. While Detroit, they're coming off a sloppy, heartbreaking loss to Kansas City, a team on national television, a team the Lions upset it on a national stage 2 years ago as lovable underdogs. And now the Lions are generally hated, and they've showed signs of regression this year. And the Lions, they're coming home on Monday Night Football against the Tampa Bay team that beat the Lions last year. And Tampa Bay this year has been widely considered one of the best teams in the NFL. And they have the best QB in the game so far this year with Baker Mayfield. Like, it's crazy how in the 3 years since Tom Brady retired, the Bucs have gone better and better and better with Todd Bowles and Baker Mayfield, that duo. Like, for the Lions, this is a must-win game in all aspects. Like, for the Lions, at the end of the day, AFC teams like the Chiefs, they won't prevent the Lions from making the Super Bowl. However, NFC teams like Tampa Bay, like Philadelphia, like the LA Rams, like Green Bay, etc., those type of teams will prevent the Lions from making the Super Bowl if the Lions don't show up in these type of games. And we also got some new underdog teams in the NFC that are starting to emerge. So the Lions also got to show up in those type of games too. And this is a very crucial stretch for the Lions coming into this game against Tampa Bay, because the Lions' next 8 games are against NFC teams, and 6 of them are playoff caliber. And this stretch starts with Tampa Bay. Like, for the Lions, this is a must-win statement game on national television. And I mean, this is a game where some's got to give. Honestly, it's 2 teams that are very similar to each other. Both teams know each other extremely well from how many times they played each other in the last 2 years. So, this is going to be a dogfight game. But in the end, as we've seen before, every time the Lions have gone punched in the mouth, they've always bounced back in a big way the following week. And I think this week is no exception. I think the Lions bounce back, and I think they build some momentum entering into their bye week next week. I have the Lions winning this game over Tampa Bay 21-18. Give me the Lions by 3 over the Bucs on Monday Night Football. I think Detroit bounces back once again, and they get a big statement win on Monday Night Football. And now to our other Monday night game. The Houston Texans, Seattle Seahawks playing in Seattle. Houston coming off the bye. I got the Seahawks at home in this one. Houston's just been too inconsistent this year. I'm going to take the Seahawks at home over the Texans. Give me Seattle at home in this one. But yeah, those are my NFL Week 7 picks. That's all I got to say. And I'll see you all whatever I make next. I'm out.